Good evening and welcome to my Applied Operating Systems Delivery Milestone. Just before we get started, to confirm my identity, I have logged into Moodle. As you can see, it's my name, it's my email, and just to open up my email as well. Okay, so the task I've been given is to install, test, and configure cloud-hosted web-based content management system that allows blogs and news to be posted, and then to also add functionality to allow a staff feedback survey on recent improvements in staff canteen. Okay, so firstly, I've been using AWS to create my server. So what I've used is an instance with an elastic IP address. Okay, so what we have to do is just connect, and that's going to take us to our Ubuntu terminal. Okay, so now that's loaded up, I'm going to be going through some key configurations and explain them and how they're benefited to my website. Okay, so the first one is just a simple, just to show my system details. The command line to enter is time df. As you can see, these commands show that the server is stable and running Ubuntu Linux, and you can also see the disk storage. Moving on to my next key configuration, this is going to be to check the web server status. So the command line for that would be sudo systemctl status apache2. And as you can see, this command checks if the Apache web server is running correctly, because Apache serves my WordPress website, and this tells me it's active, so you can see it's enabled and successfully active running. Moving on, this command line is going to actually show me where the WordPress file is actually located in this terminal. So to get that, you're going to enter the command line cd /vr/w/html ls. And there you go. This is where my WordPress installation is held, in this directory. Here we can see all the files that essentially power my website, and we can see if any permissions are incorrectly set. And now the next part of this is we're going to actually view the WordPress configuration PHP file, and similar sort of command line is going to be sudo nano WordPress configuration.php. There we go. And now you can see in this WordPress configuration file, it connects to my SQL database. It contains sensitive details like database credentials, security keys, and just for initial settings, just for debugging, etc. Okay, now we're just going to back out of here. Let's see. Go. And now we're going to be moving on to my next key configuration. I'm just going to be checking the Apache logs. How that's done is by entering the command line sudo tail f/for/log apache2/access/log. There we go. Now you can see this command shows the most recent requests made to my website, and it's really helpful when it comes to troubleshooting. So like if visitors are having trouble accessing the website, you can see from here, and it just monitors overall traffic. My next command line is just gonna essentially check the service resource usage. So just by entering top, you can see this is the running process and the resource storage for the website. It's useful for like understanding if the server is being overworked, especially when it comes to WordPress, which can use like a lot of resources at times. So now we're gonna stop that, and we're gonna move on to my website on WordPress now. So go back to my instance. Just gonna copy this IP address, paste it into a browser, And so here's my website, and you can, from my PDF, my functionality is basically to allow a survey for staff feedback from the canteen. And the way I've done this is by adding a form, as you can see, and this form was created using a plugin, if I show you, called WordPress. And how I installed this was by just by adding a plugin, forms, and you can see here, Ninja Forms. It's already been activated. How I done that was copying this line of code, put it in my Ubuntu, then that allowed me to activate the Ninja form. And when it comes to actually making my survey, it was pretty simple. So just go Ninja form, add new questionnaire. And this is the exact same, which I linked to my WordPress site. So just by publishing that, it linked over. So it's going to leave here. Delete this. And I have to see that my survey questionnaire actually works and submits. It should do. So go back to my website, go back on the form, just quickly fill all this out. This all links to my staff canteen. Submit this form. See, your form has been successfully submitted. And to check this actually has gone through, you go back to my dashboard, just refresh, go to submissions, select the questionnaire, and as you can see, it's successfully been uploaded, and it all works fine. It shows, that it's all linked. So to wrap up, in this recording, I've deployed and configured a WordPress on a AWS EC2 instance running Ubuntu. I've demonstrated key configurations, as you can see, like Apache and the WordPress connection settings, etc. I've also included my WordPress blog post and showed a form functionality, which was my form, which I made by using a plugin, WordPress. That wraps up everything. Thank you for listening.